Well, so we have to look at the newspapers. Mamavi is here. Mamavi, good morning to you.
Hi, good morning. What were you doing 10:40, 11 p.m. yesterday?
I think I slept early, and so I woke up and my son came to me and said, did I see that there was an animal in the roof or something? I said, that was a bit unusual because we don't have cats. Apart from dogs, we don't have cats. So I said, I have not seen rats around. So I was wondering. But then I went onto my WhatsApp and I saw that, yeah, people...
There was a tremor, apparently. I didn't feel anything. I was so asleep.
Oh, okay, so I said, well, that might be it. Because I didn't feel the wall shake, but I saw that the roof shook a bit.
Yeah.
I said there were some living things or animals or rodents or something in the roof, the ceiling, yeah.
Okay.
But it was in Accra, they will feel, you know, those living in Bawe, Kaswa, some of those places will always feel it. So
yeah.
I'm sure your place, you should feel it too. But because you were asleep, you may not have.
Exactly. So some residents of Osu, Ablekumama here, Kanishi, Achimota, Adenta, Circle, Kokomlimli, Accra New Town, Legon, Dansuman, Kaswa, Hacho, Kwashiman, Teshi, Nungwa, McCarthy Hill, many other places apparently experienced this. Well, we'll show you a video that's, let's go to the Graphic Online page and I'll show you something. They've captured, okay, so this is a house with a CCTV that apparently recorded. If we play it and you monitor it closely, can we just go back? You'd see the building shake. So if we get it right, we'll try and show it to you. Hopefully you can appreciate it.
You'll see the ground shake.
Miss it,
not really.
Is it ground? Well, I'm just literally taking.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it definitely shook the building because the.
Did you see that?
Yeah. Because the camera is hoisted on the building. It's.
Yeah. So
it's definitely clipped to the building.
So my Joy line is reporting this happened twice in
some people say thrice.
10 minutes.
Some people say
thrice.
Okay. So I'm sure those closer to the epicenter will experience it. But you know, this is not the first time that, because if you look at the seismic data that we do indicate, there was a bigger one. Before then, there were some in the 1800s as well as the 1600s for our country at the time. And in 1931 was a big one, and that one, Charlie, a lot of people died in Accra. 17 people altogether were told. It depends on which of the data. Some will say one, but so we have a certain history to that.
Yeah.
And the current data, as we've always spoken, I remember Professor Amamu. So we always speak to him. Usually when we have some of these incidents, he's always warned that those who live in the Ouija, that seismic area, McCarthy Hill, tend to experience that. And indeed, even if the rest of Accra doesn't experience the big ones, like the one that were recorded, they tend to experience tremors once in a while. And it's a normal thing. I remember I used to work with a lady who lived in one of those areas, Awushi or something, and always says it's a regular feature.
Well, the Graphic Online story, where we picked that video from, is reporting that the tremor the measuring magnitude was 4.0. 4.0, that's how they put it. Okay, let's do the newspapers, shall we? Let's start with the Daily Graphic newspaper. Is Joseph Akablé joining us? If we do have him, let us know, our producer. Daily Graphic newspaper, front page of the Graphic. Civil Aviation requests 100 million Ghana cedis bailout. Government to reconstruct demolished properties of Nigerian High Commission. You know, the latest is that government has accepted recommendations of an investigative committee to reconstruct the demolished residence of the Nigerian High Commission. 2 persons, were told, have been arrested and charged by the police following the acts of vandalism. In Nigeria, there's a lot of anger with the House of Representatives rejecting President Akufo-Addo's apology. So, you know, this tension is still building on this issue. We'll see. Special banking reports inside the paper today. It's a heavy Daily Graphic. In the center spread, ADB offering exciting digital platforms for customers. Consolidated Bank of Ghana donates to Ministry of Health. FBN Bank leverages technology to meet customers' needs. Stanbic Bank takes lead in digital banking. So it's all finance related in the center spread. On the back page, rehabilitation of Ben's Elubo border post critical. So story says the Ghana Immigration Service has said it is awaiting a report from the Ghana National Fire Service before it undertakes repair works on its office at the Elubo border in the western region that was destroyed by fire. The Immigration Service said even though 2 assessments had been made on the destroyed office building, the process of rehabilitation required that a fire report was attached to the request for renovation. And then 40 people arrested for not wearing nose mask. Story says that they were arrested in the Central Business District of Accra last Tuesday in a special operation conducted by the operational team from the Railways Police. And it talks about the law, how it came about. But briefing the Daily Graphic yesterday, the PRO of the Accra Regional Police Command, Deputy Superintendent of Police, Mrs. Efiatenge, said the operation, dubbed Operation Wear Your Mask, began at about 11:30 a.m. last Tuesday and involved 25 policemen. She said those arrested were sent to the Railway Police Station. The police took caution statements from each of them, after which they were released on bail to report at the police station yesterday. Sefia Tenge explained that the operation was targeted at enforcing the directive on wearing of face mask in the region. Okay. So beware all, they've deployed policemen and they are stationed at various points in the region to ensure that all persons moving about have a nose mask on or be sanctioned. So that's it, the 40 persons that they arrested.
Have you been stopped on the road by any way?
No.
We'll try as much as possible to see where we'll get Kable on stream, but for many other things. Yesterday, a policeman stopped me while I was
driving alone in your vehicle.
Yeah, but I thought he was going to ask about the mask. Eventually, he did though. But it was not necessarily because I was not wearing a mask. Apparently, it was because I didn't have my number plate on. But
number plate?
Yeah, at the front one. Apparently, it had some difficulties. So I removed it. So eventually, he asked me, and I said, well, what is it? He said they had been given some directive that they should be watching out.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you were alone in your vehicle?
Yes, I was alone. So he didn't make much of it.
Or he just wanted to know if you had it, not necessarily wearing it, but do you have a mask?
And I have a number of them in a bag. So I just, you know, so. Okay. But ultimately, it also gave me a certain sign that they are aware they are supposed to do certain actions. I think they all tend to empathize with how strictly they have to adhere to this by way of the enforcement. Because that aspect of you being alone and that will be sanctionable, I think that is problematic. And that's why everybody is saying that, look, something needs to be done about it.
You don't need purposive interpretation to deal with it. You just need to fix it. Let's do the right thing.
Or hello.
No, it's not me and my law. It's something helping us out. Well learning.
My counsel.
We're all learning, you know. All right, let's do the Ghanaian Times newspaper. Front page, 2 ministers admitted at UGMC. ATU confirms COVID-19 case. Tourism Ministry launches $9 million support project. Government undertakes to restore demolished building at Nigerian High Commission. NDC's old voter ID card case against EC. EC stops IMANI from joining case as friend of court. And I think the bit about this case that got a lot of people talking was the neutral bits. The neutral bits. You have to be apparently neutral to want to join in a case like this. Some people just simply thought it's judges that have to stay neutral. If I am coming to you, it's because
of some conversation that went on. I think you were there. Joseph Akablete was there yesterday. So and he said the court had the right, the sanctity is embedded in in jurisprudence and the Constitution, etc., to make such pronouncement. And I think that's good.
But to be fair,
we don't have to speak ill of the judges, especially the Supreme Court. So.
Is anybody speaking ill of the judges?
Well, many people had difficulties initially with the subsequent comments of...
You can criticize what they, their decisions.
Very well, very well.
It doesn't mean that it's Supreme Court, so when things happen there, you can't talk about it.
Very well,
yeah.
Very well.
Let's wait to hear the judgment today. People will discuss when the case is decided. You can't do that. You just have to be mindful. You don't have to get personal. Right? Deal with the issues. But I was just going to say that, to be fair, this was not the ruling necessarily. It was a judge's comments.
Okay.
In terms of the neutrality bits. Yeah. All right, center spread. Let's still deal with
it also adds up to the whole conversation within the public space.
Absolutely. Let's do the center spread of the Ghanaian Times. The tourism story is here. Ghana's COVID-19 case now 15,013. Has this figure changed? I would get on the website and tell you. Death toll rises to 95. There's a brief today on Ghana's case management. So we will bring that live to you when it gets underway. The National Board for Small-Scale Industries disburses first 1 million Ghana cedis to 1,000 CAP bus applicants. Okay, so let's break that down. That's 1,000 applicants of the 1 billion Ghana cedis COVID-19 alleviation program business support scheme. The beneficiaries who received varying amounts not exceeding 2,000 Ghana cedis were applicants of the Adom Microsoft loans, which is meant for the lower micro businesses such as food vendors, barbers, beauticians, and dressmakers.
1,000 Ghana cedi. You mean they've already received it or in time?
Not exceeding, they have. Okay. So this has been disbursed. So this is not more than 2,000 Ghana cedis. Aided by Vodafone Ghana, the loans were deposited into the mobile money wallets of the beneficiaries, irrespective of their network operators, in the presence of selected stakeholders at a ceremony in Accra yesterday. So details of that in the center spread. On the back page, Tema Metropolitan Assembly collects this figure. Let's see. Roland, round it up for me.
Which one?
This is a lot.
Okay, so the Tema Metropolitan Assembly collects 35,390,234 Ghana cedis in revenue.
Such a huge figure. I couldn't say it. Okay. All right, and then Whole Traders, thank you. Whole Traders unhappy about allocation of Marcus stores. Also another story on the back page of the Times. My last paper is the Daily Statesman, front page. Former Dankwa Institute boss wins Kwadaso NPP primaries. Supreme Court rules on NDC EC case today. That's a big one. Government undertakes massive coastal management programs. Yeah, pretty much what's on the front page of the Daily Statesman. Roland?
Wow. I have to take a look at it. So let me go to the Daily Guide. It has on the front page, Supreme Court Jettisons, IMANI gang. I always love the Daily Guide. New registered judgment today. We're all looking forward to it. A lot of things for us to look forward to.
Absolutely.
Let's see how that goes. Right. And then also on the front page, government can buy Woyume property. And the Savannah schools ready after disinfection. Meanwhile, on the side, it's on crime. Police pick 2 over Nigerian mission property case. And we did bring that to you subsequently on programming on the channel the whole of Wednesday. Okay. On the back page, it's all sports. The GFA is set to rescue stranded players. One of the foremost countries where we have our stranded players. Ethiopia. Okay, so Ethiopia has a number of, because their league has been suspended, etc. It's time to be disciplined. And it has an inserted picture of Yahya Mohammed, the lead player. I believe now he plays for Brekum, should be, or played for Kumasi Santico some time back. I'm not sure. Okay, so he's the one quoted, and it's a story couched from one of the radio broadcasts of Asempa FM. Mourinho denies Ndombele rift. And then I have no problem with Zidane. That's James Rodriguez, the Colombian international. He said he had numerous offers to leave Real Madrid in the summer. I know at one point in time, a number of clubs were interested. He had a loan spell in Bayern Munich also, Rodriguez. Still trying to bid his time in Real Madrid. You know, he's a very good player. Business Finder has on the front page $9 million grant for 1,000 SMEs in the tourism and hospitality sector. We brought that to you live as well on the channel on Wednesday. It was a great indication that at least a lot of stimulus packages are being made available to a number of sectors. That's a good one from government. The Business Finder bringing you that story. Also on the front page of the Business Finder, rent bill before cabinet. EcoBank Africa CDC hold digital public forum on COVID-19. Now it's become, you know, the way of the world now. And the Daily Dispatch has, it said, today be today. Daily Dispatch, today, not today be today. Talking about not today be today. I have to say good morning to Chief Owen Thompson. You work with the ECOWAS office right here. Supreme Court gives judgment in NDC EC. And then we have a number of projects as well. Okay. Hey, Kwadaso MP loses 41st MP to have lost their seat. Yeah. Samiu. Nyama.
First term.
Yeah, first
So
term.
one term.
Yeah, first term. One of the MPs who lost his first term bid ever, that, you know, still irks me till this day is Judge Low.
Judge Low. Yeah,
yeah, Judge Low.
Say Judge Low.
Such a vibrant man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Judge Low.
All right, let's do myjoyonline.com. Anything you want to highlight?
It's just that when I heard about the loss of Dr. Nyama, I mistook him for the other doctor who is on the health committee. And I know that he is in one of the constituencies of Bono, the Bono region or the Bonaf region at the time. And this morning, he just informed me that he also lost.
Yeah, I'm just going to confirm that.
But look, yesterday when I heard about Dr. Samuel Nyama's loss, then I said the delegates or perhaps the supporters of the MPP are giving a certain signal to government that they are not satisfied with the way maybe they feel their accountability should go. You know, so and I think perhaps maybe they'll sit down, the leadership will sit down and do some reality check on themselves before we get to December. There's a great indication that while the delegates may be small in number compared to the general voter population, it could be a sign that they feel that the communication and the contact and that connection is not there. That's what I feel. Okay. Yeah, as well. Beyond all the things we've talked about that, you know, they feel there's a time to exert their whole pound of flesh and all that, but it's just my thoughts. Yeah, don't mind me.
Well, no, we will mind you. I mean, it's an important conversation to look at. Maybe assess everything that happened. But I guess we will get a clearer picture of the kind of message that the delegate. But these are delegates. This is not necessarily all the people.
Maybe maybe we should assemble our viewers together tomorrow and ask them really, is it a reflection of how they feel? That they feel those representing them either in the public space, in government, or in the legislature really don't represent them enough.
Except that, you know, in most of these areas, we've already mentioned that they are strongholds of the NPP. And so
if you win, you're a parliamentarian.
Who you are on the ballot, you're most likely to win. Then even if we ask the questions, it will not reflect.
But that is problematic.
Did you get it?
That is problematic.
That's where we are. Yeah. So, I mean, the kingmakers, you know, people just come around to make merry.
Well, true.
Yeah. Let's do myjoyonline.com. I hope I'm right, though. MyJoyOnline, Roland.
Yeah. It says earth tremor rocks across surrounding areas. I could even feel it a little in Tema. And until those on the Spinters Road felt it more. And those who even felt it the most beyond, you know, the main epicenters, those in Teshi, etc., they felt it. So I just saw some rats or felt some rats,
in your room.
In my roof. That's
what
all.
a way to describe it.
Yeah, because I mean, really, because my son came to me and said, "Did I hear that? It looks like some animals are in the roof." I said, "Yeah, I felt it too."
Yeah. But, okay, so Roland, I just did just to confirm, you know, because we talked about Dr. Kwabena Chum Nyama. No, he did lose. Like I said to you, he did lose. So 2-10. This is his last.
One will say Jesus.
That's it. But he was also very important chairperson of the health committee, a man that we've had conversations with. So that's how it looks like.
Did they go and take the parliamentary list or something?
to do what exactly? So that's in the Bono region, Dr. Kwabena Chum Nyama, Brekum East constituency. Then the man representing the Doma East constituency, Kwesi Sabi, also lost. So 2 persons from there. Continue, myjoyonline.com. Okay, so we have a couple of stories there. 2 ministers admitted to the University of Ghana Medical Center's red zone. I haven't been there before. I file past the place. I only file past the place. I've never been inside. We have privileged people like Matilda Pemega, and within the COVID times, Komladum, who have extensively visited the place. So they will know where the red zone is. I don't know. I think I should talk to Komla. So on this issue, and the 2 ministers apparently are there. Yeah. Well, you know, what we do know is that close staff of the Ministry of Education, Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh, are currently in isolation, whilst Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh awaits his results. The thing is that they haven't received their results. Yesterday we had Dan. I don't understand. No. So if you haven't received your result, you go and stay at the University of Ghana Medical School. No, okay. But we have people who have tested here, and we're all waiting for results. So here's the thing. Yesterday, he doesn't have a house. No. So Roland, wait, hang on before you conclude. So apparently, I'm not concluding, I'm asking. There's the center. There's the COVID center, but then the UGMC Medical Center is also running. Do you understand? Running what? As seen, there is the COVID center, and then there's the general medical facility. Do you hear me? So that's why the red line is there. For what? Not until you cross a certain line, then people will know, oh, you went to the COVID center. But why should the minister just go? Because I've gone for 2 tests so far within this period. At the UGMC? No, at a facility. Yes. No. Listen, let me share my experience. Okay, share your experience. And while I was awaiting result, they didn't tell me I should go to the UGMC or go to any other medical facility. So I'm just wondering, asking questions. The minister can't go and wait for his result in his house or a place where he can be quarantined, so to speak. That's all I'm asking. Okay, you're asking questions. Let me read to you the statement that Mr. Boche also issued yesterday. And then he says in this statement, this is to inform the general public that I'm currently on admission at the University of Ghana Medical Center upon feeling unwell earlier this week. I have undertaken several tests, including tests for COVID-19, and await results. I will endeavor to inform the general public about my results when I am informed of it. Thanks, Dan Boche, MP. I think this one means that he generally is not feeling well. Exactly. So they've undertaken a number of tests, including COVID. Exactly. So if COVID comes positive or negative, fine. So it means that I can interpret that the Minister of Education is also feeling unwell. So he has been admitted at the university hospital, right? Toba. At the university hospital, feeling unwell in the red zone, awaiting results, but he's not feeling well. I can't agree or disagree with you. I don't know. So that's how will you know? Because you will not know the way you have taken this thing. We ask you then why you pasha basa. I haven't taken anything. What I do know is that thank God our colleague Gary Al Smith has been discharged. His home. He's given us a report as his colleagues, and I want to share it with you. After 24 hours, he's feeling great. He's home. And we thank you all for your support. Many people supported him whilst he was at the UGMC. So Gary Al Smith back home, and he's doing great. I think I like the approach of the Okre, Member of Parliament, Dan Boche, the fact that he issued a statement and he's told us about it. You know, that's just to kill all the rumors that some 2 ministers be at the UGMC, you know, and this is how it should be. It settles everything.
So I think I also have to add that we love the approach of the 2 ministers because, you know, the first one was that controversy needlessly generated by the health minister.
Exactly.
Something
and
like
he cries even at the center of it.
Something like this would have just called all rumors. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So they did good. It's just that the questions I'm asking are just
nobody is taking anything else of you. So Mr. Dan Boche, we wish you well. Please recover quickly.
Okay.
Yes.
We also wish all our friends who have tested and waiting results in their homes or wherever of abroad, not the UGMC well.
There's also another story here. Kolibu CEO test positive.
Oh, I didn't see this one.
Coronavirus.
So is he also at UGMC or where?
Are you asking me?
I can't say anymore. Okay, Ghana's COVID-19 cases also surpassed 15,000. And we already do know that Brazil, they've exceeded 100,000 deaths. I think they're second to the US now.
So if you open up the Kolibu story on the CEO, it says that on Wednesday, the Ghana Association of Medical Laboratory Scientists revealed that one of its members has died of the novel coronavirus. The medical laboratory professional was with the Wage Agbawe Municipal Hospital, where he worked as a sample collector for COVID-19 testing. Last Friday, the deceased was rushed to the Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital emergency unit after having trouble in breathing and died on Monday. That's a really sad situation. But there are persons in the CEO's office who've gone into isolation following his tests proving positive. All right, so pretty much Supreme Court directs government to purchase Woyome's properties. That's also there, happened yesterday. I am not afraid of my contenders' intention to go independent. That's First Deputy Speaker there, Joe Wise. And the thing about Joe Seyusu is because he had gone independent and had made it to Parliament, it looks like what he had gone through is coming back right now.